I live and breathe it, and it's totally my lifestyle. I'm also the founder of ActY, which are here to communicate the value of action sports. So, what does that mean? It means that we want to bridge the gap between the core market and the non-endemic brands, meaning the brands that doesn't have the roots in skateboarding. And how we do that is, let me give you an example. So if you are Audi or BMW and you go to an advertising agency and you want to reach a younger demographic, we're here to help you with that by utilizing action sports. Action sports represent a few things in everyday life and in our society. One of them being individualism. When you're out there and you're performing your sport, there is only you and your board, no matter what. If you fail to do your trick, it's only you to blame, and if you land it, it's only you that get the credit for it. It also represents creativity. If I'm out skateboarding in New York City and I see a set of stairs, I see that as a blank canvas for me to try to learn something new. And most of all, it represents passion. If there's waves one day and it's freezing cold outside right now, I still go surfing. I put on my gloves, I put on my hoodie. I have so much passion for that sport, so it truly represents passion. And most of all, it is truly representative of today's youth culture. So much in fact that on Saturday I went into labelnetwork.com, which is a youth culture data provider. 8 out of the 10 news headlines were about action sports. So it's truly, truly representative of the youth culture. Another thing that I realized in researching this is that I grew up around branded content. When you are an endemic brand in action sports, you have every brand has this. They have a team of athletes that represents their brand, and they create videos. They go on tours, and I never realized at the time, but that's how native advertising works today. The content is in focus, and the brand represents it. It's kind of the pioneers of native advertising too, and that's evolved in today's society too. If you look at the brands with the largest audience on YouTube, you see that Red Bull and GoPro are 2 of the top 3 brands, and they are based on action sports content. And I think that represents just the value of the entertainment that action sports provide. So what's some of the opportunities that I can provide you with? One of those things is to go in and go straight to the roots and work with the athletes. So if you look at today's market, only 15% of the income of action sports athletes are from the endemic brands. The other income is from beverage, which is highly representative from Monster Energy and Red Bull and those things, but also from the corporate sponsorship. And if you look at brands like Target, they have 8 action sports team riders. Again, by doing so, we have to be authentic. And what I mean about being authentic is that we have to incorporate the basic elements of that culture so it doesn't feel fake or it needs to build that credibility, and we have to organically incorporate those embodied elements. How can we be authentic? We need to have the insights. So that's why I'm here today. I want to provide you with some data. I'll quickly go through some of the social data to show the popularity of the sports. So if you look at mentions on Facebook, we can see that surfing has 62 million mentions, and skateboarding is closely followed with 56 million. The biggest platforms are Facebook and Instagram, and that's for both parts. Here's some of the biggest athletes. I'm just quickly running through this. This is what I'm providing for you guys when we work together. You can see Nigel Houston with 4 million fan interactions this month. Amy Purdy is the biggest in snowboarding, which is a female. So is Bethany Hamilton, which is an untapped market for action sports, being female. Or, yeah, you know what I mean. If we look at the total fan interactions, you can see that it's been 70 million this month in the top 100 athletes combined. Again, you can see Facebook, Instagram being the biggest platforms that we work with. I'm just going to quickly run you through the native media. If we see that Thrasher and Surfer magazines are the 2 biggest by far, with almost 3 million followers on social media. And this is a positioning map. I just want to highlight where the opportunity is sort of in that market. So if you look at Thrasher magazine, you can see they're highly entertaining focused, They post videos and fun stuff, but if you look at the other side, if you want to reach that a bit older audience and you want to place yourself on a bit more serious level, you probably would work with Transworld magazine or Surfer magazine. But most of all, the important thing is to tell a good story. I just want to share briefly this magazine called Inertia. Did this story about a photographer that you see here. His name is Clark Little, and they did a 2-minute video, and within the first week they got 5 million views. And I talked to those guys, and they said that the surfing population was only a fraction of the views they had, but it was about creating that good, authentic story, and you can reach a large and broad audience. So being authentic and creating a good story is valuable. Also, we are millennials and we are Generation Y, and we love to collaborate. We want to be part of your brand. We want to collaborate, connect, and co-create. And that's how we work as millennials. How do I know this? Because I have 7 years experience in the action sport industry. I was part of building the first skateboard hotel in the world. It's based in Norway, and we built that in 2012, and it's been fully booked since we built it. If you want more, we are based in New York. You can come contact us, and we'll work together to create some engaging stories. Thank you.